for anyone, if anyone even recognises this, goes like, oh, Jesus Christ, he's doing this. Just wait till I do the review and I'll explain. This is school on Wednesday, the 9th of November 2022. God of War is out. I can't play it because I don't have enough space. Anyway, we didn't have assembly because I was planning on going up the hill and being like, L, because I now have more achievements and more gamer score than him this month because he was at, I think, 400. I was at 100, then I signed in my solitaire to the Xbox and all of a sudden got 400 game score, so I'm at 500. Anyway, I read a Spider-Man comic, but it's not really a full volume. Like, when I do the reviews, it's of volumes, so I'm not gonna do a review of it. Also, no, I didn't do anything else. I've read bits and pieces of other things, but I haven't finished any of them, so I can't do reviews of them. In media, it turns out the media teacher bought a PS5 over the break, but the only things he plays, and I like not the only things that he plays on PS5. The only things he plays is Crash Bandicoot and FIFA. He used to play GTA Vice City, but he doesn't play anymore as much. Excuse me, sorry. That's it. So yeah, he basically knows nothing about AC. No offense to him. So he was like, you have the, well, how do you pronounce it? Like Ezio collection that takes place in England and Ireland and France. No, that's the Ezio collection does not take place in England, Ireland, or France. What he's thinking of is AC Valhalla, which mostly takes place in England, but has a DLC set in Ireland and a DLC set in France. Also a DLC set in Ragnarok, but whatever. It's just how do you screw up that bad? Anyway, I can't think of anything else to talk about. That was really it. I'm not gonna pause the video. Just give me a second to think. I screwed up with it. Project Almanac. Universally negative rating. Well, actually mixed ratings. I watched it on all 4. Sophia Black Dahlia. Don Reynolds, Daniel Platzman, Daniel Wayne Sermon, Ben McKee. It's good. I know the people who know this song will be like, oh my god, he actually likes that. Let me explain. I only heard of this film because of... Right. The only piece of marketing that they did for the film was they teamed up with Smosh to make a video, and that's it. And that's why I'm betting no one will have seen it, but I'm betting that they know of it because of the Smosh video. That's why I know of it. Oh my god, he's watching basically a Smosh film. No. It actually is a really good film. Just, the marketing team are the worst fucking marketing team to ever exist. And then the older people who watch it were like, oh, it's a found footage movie. I don't like found footage movies. I don't have a problem with them as long as it's done good, and this was done good. This is Twitter as of 10 past 7 p.m. So there's nothing on the trending section. Stone Toss nor Marcus have tweeted, but Paul has made a hell of a lot more tweets than usual with the Senate law. Incredible how we never encounter the same problems as Americans here in the UK, where every vote is a proper ballot. Stunning coincidence, I guess. Republicans' betting odds of winning in the US Senate reached all-time high. Republicans 70% plus 37 from September 2015. Democrats 30% minus 37 from September 2015. Betting markets are indicating red wave. I mean, weren't they indicating a red wave in 2020 and then we just didn't get it? I could be wrong though. It's been 2 years. Long lines and minor tech issues as voting gets underway in Harris County. As polls open across the country Tuesday morning, voters reported technical issues on long lines. As of 11:30 a.m., all sites were open according to the Harris County election officials. Well, of course, going to be long lines. I'd be surprised if there weren't. Oh, whoops. Must take longer than a day to count votes in blue areas, probably because corrupt people are appointed to run the elections. Look at Harris County, Texas, huge county, trying to oust a liberal judge largely responsible for the uptick in violent crime. Who was appointed? Weird how this keeps happening in the countries with the closest, most important races. What? Today, there will be a lot of noise from Republicans about minor issues at polling places. I urge you to ignore it. I urge the media to ignore it. We have an expertly run election system in Maricopa County. We need everyone to stop sowing seeds of doubt about our democracy. This is why no one believes you. The gaslighting is insane. Malfunctioning machines isn't expert work. Stop it. You're not even able to fix the issues because you pretend like they don't exist or are racist. I hope Republicans send a clear message today. Spot on. Not long ago, the only contact we were allowed with dying relatives in hospital was via a phone. Yet these wanksteins fly on private jets to bemoan CO2 emissions instead of Skyping a Zoom call. Exactly. Thank you. If you can't spot the scam, you ain't looking. Collector's edition of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake was out of stock, I guess. I, of course, pre-ordered it digitally, jumped on it while I was back in. Gladly gave my money twice to I'm donating the copy to my friend, keeping it like 35 years old, and I'm 13 again, and instant. Sorry, instant. No, instant. There you go. Sorry, let me just follow this person. Come on, just... There we go. Yeah, I hate the fact people are always consuming the Switch. Like, the Switch is a really great console. Great... Well, most of the games on there are ports of, like, PS4 games and all, but the exclusives on there, like Zelda and Mario, and that's basically it. They are fantastic, and it's really good for using YouTube to watch the podcast of Loaders Eaters videos because they've uploaded like 1.8K in less than 2 years. The podcast episode is up by group fellow and commentator Ben Lachlan joins me to discuss the absurd state of UK borders and how illegal boat migrants are now being housed in 4- and 5-star hotels in tourist areas at taxpayer expense. The American people keep saying, mandate for Republicans will be to stop Biden's terrible agenda dead. It will not be to make very loud but tactically foolish moves. American people keep saying the same thing over and over. We want some semblance of normalcy. Stop bothering us. Leave us alone. This is not a difficult thing to achieve. My ears are hurting. The side that just wants to be left alone will always lose to the side that wants to dominate.
There is a major media outlet. There is a major news.
Why is AOC in the Breakfast Club? Like, isn't the Breakfast Club where all the rappers go to?
Channel that is fueling political violence in this country, and we're acting like it's normal. It's not normal. Like, I can tell you 110%. One.
I'm sick of fucking tired of it. The fucking Democrats, like, threatening violence and everyone, and then going, it was the Republicans doing it.
Of the largest sources of death threat that I get is Tucker Carlson.
Wow.
Every time that dude puts my name in his mouth, the next day, I mean, this is like what stochastic terrorism is. It's like this indirect, it's like when you use a
Words is not terrorism, Alexandria.
very large platform to turn up the temperature and target an individual until something happens. And then when something happens, because it's indirect, you say, oh, I had nothing to do with that.
Right.
Tucker Carlson.
Well, it literally has nothing to do with Tucker Carlson because, you know, he's not saying go out and threaten to beat you up or anything like that. So it's not his fault. If anyone does something like that and it's because of Tucker Carlson, it still isn't Tucker Carlson's fault because he didn't actually say go out and do it.
God forbid anything happens, he plays a massive role in political violence. Like, it comes on his doorstep. Specifically, there is a...
So is there any way to criticize AOC, one of the 10 or 15 most famous members of Congress, by being guilty of inciting violence against her? Should criticism of her be banned? Does this framework also apply to big corporate outlets that relentlessly demonize Republicans? I know I keep saying that I'm gonna unblock AOC. I'm not gonna do that now. I don't remember blocking her. Oh, look at that, she just pronouns in the bio. Many states don't allow mail-in ballots to be counted before election day, but many races can't be called until mail-ins are counted, which can take over 24 hours. This is normal, but some GOP are laying ground to the claim any race not called tonight is suspicious. Don't fall for it. Alexandria, didn't you say Elon's after your Twitter account or something? Why are you still here then? Like, if he's going for your Twitter account, why are you still able to post on Twitter? During national elections, the whole of the UK manages to hand count and announce full election results within hours of polls closing. If anything, the US is incredibly abnormal in this regard, despite the rampant gaslighting to convince people otherwise. I mean, the difference between us and America is that they are way bigger than us, so it's going to take much longer to count. Corona caused death of 20 healthy children and teens in UK during the first 2 years. I think more than 20 people died. Started many flips today. Guam just elected a Republican to Congress for the first time in 32 years. Incredible flip. Hey, it's the unfunny man's wife being unfunny. You would have expected.
Sounding the alarm, Jimmy.
I didn't know we had an alarm.
Oh, we do. I didn't either. It was backstage.
Okay. Why are you sounding an alarm?
I heard people laughing there. What was funny about that?
Backstage.
Because tomorrow is election day, and abortion
Oh, for fuck. Oh, for fuck. Let's hear this.
rights are gone or endangered.
You do not have the right to an abortion because, right, even if I supported abortion, I would still say this. You do not have the right to an abortion. You have never had the right to an abortion because unless you're able to, perform the operation on yourself, it requires someone else to do it. And if it were a right, they would be forced to do it. This is why abortion is not a right, because you would have to force someone to do it. And forcing someone to do anything is a violation of their rights.
In 26 states, even though the overwhelming majority of this country supports a woman's right to choose.
Yeah, that's something I've always been confused by. How come, the entire fucking world is democratic. Yet we had Trump for 4 years.
Let me ask you something. Every time you have sex, is your intention to have a baby?
No.
Then wear a condom. Like, most of the abortion cases that you're talking about is because you were too lazy to wear a condom. Like, if you ask me about that, I'd be like, but the condom's only 99% effective. Oh, no. It's only 99% effective. Oh, no. Grow up is the only thing I can really say. Like, so what? It's, you're basically 100%. And abortion is not a contraceptive. It's a last resort.
I just wait till you eat a gummy and then try to snuggle in.
That question was for them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Thank you very much. Being a mom is the best and the hardest job on the planet. I can't imagine forcing any woman who doesn't want that job to take.
Bill Burr said it well. Being a mother is not the hardest job in the world. It is nowhere near as hard as, say, being a coal miner.
Take it against her will. 6 out of 10 women who have an abortion already have kids at home. They know how hard the job is. 92% of abortions happen in the first 13 weeks. A good portion of the women who need one after the first trimester do it because of health complications that could kill her or her baby. Roughly.
Right, see if you're at risk of dying by giving birth, I support you having an abortion. But that is the only time that I will support it.
Half the women who have abortions live below the poverty line. I'm sorry, you expecting this to be funny? Because it is not going to be funny.
Well, just put it up for adoption. But the pain, it's so painful. I get that it's really painful. But it's better than killing.
They don't have the resources to raise another child. They don't have the money to drive to another state to get health care. The only person who should be making a life-altering and potentially life-saving decision for a woman and her body is the woman herself.
Now, this might be a bit irrelevant, but I just want to point it up. Every single judge that passed Roe v. Wade back in the 70s, all of them were men.
We need men to help us.
Sorry, what was that? I swear I heard you say that you need men to help you. Speak into the microphone a bit fucking louder, please. Hard of hearing.
Not out here with this dumb alarm asking you guys to love abortion. I'm asking.
So you mean it's dumb? Man, don't do it. You don't need to be dumb to really. Well, that's funny. It's not funny. Jimmy Kimmel is not a funny person whatsoever.
Not out here with this dumb alarm asking you guys to love abortion. I'm asking you to love women enough to try.
I love women, I guess. I don't really know what you mean by loving women. But, point being... I forgot my point. Point being, I don't need to, I don't need to support abortion to love women or anything like that. I guess I love people. Like, it's just as simple as that.
Trust women enough to make their own difficult decisions and to vote for the people who will make that happen tomorrow. Our daughters should not have to fight the battles that our grandmothers won. Thank you for your time.
Your grandmother fought it because she was at risk of dying. You're fighting it because you're just lazy. They're focused forced to do this because they know no one else is feeding these personalities anymore. The message has to be inserted in everything else, from sitcoms to commercials to late night comedy shows. I feel like only the comedy should be in the quotation marks because it is literally late night. So 5% are enthusiastic, 20% are satisfied, 39% are dissatisfied, and 34% are angry. 45% approve of Biden as president, 54% disapprove of Biden as president. 18% support Biden, 32% oppose Biden, and 48% believe that Biden is not a factor. 46% of people think that Biden's policies on country are hurting people. 36% think they're helping people, and 16% of people think it's not making a difference.
Feelings about the way things are going in the U.S. This is a bleak picture from this electorate. Look down here. 39% dissatisfied, 34% are downright angry. That's 73%. 3/4 of the electorate tell us they're dissatisfied or angry. Only 5% enthusiastic, 20% satisfied. Feelings.
When CNN admits 3/4 of America is either angry or dissatisfied with the Democratic Party, then you know the Democrats are in big, big, big trouble.
Back to the office, I noticed that several businesses were boarding up their windows. Now, why would they be doing that? Huh? Look at that. That Rite Aid down there? Closed. Payless closed. Nobody's scared to be down here. Pretty soon, I bet you Chase Bank over there is going to board up their windows. Because you know how some of these people in Portland get when things don't go their way or they don't get what they want. That's how it is. And back to the office.
Is that the numbers in these exits do not line up with what we were seeing in the polling data going into this election about what people cared about and the order in which they ranked it. So we have had a lot of questions throughout this time about new voters, people that hadn't been in there before that were perhaps not getting captured by the polling. So maybe this is a sign that we're going to see a little bit more of that tonight than we expected. We obviously don't know yet.
And you know what's missing from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 5 issues? Democracy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even in here. It's not to say that it's not an issue for people, but it doesn't
Not
even
the
come
issue.
close.
So
Not the
I do
issue.
think that is that the numbers in these exits do.
Why don't the people actively participating in democracy care about democracy? Average journo. After 32 months, Sweden, the country that famously rejected lockdowns and school closures in spring 2020, has the lowest cumulative excess mortality in the world in a damning indictment of lockdown orthodoxy. CBS exit poll would... What? You mean to block this person? I don't even know who this person is. Or account, whatever. Block these people, whatever. Like Joe Biden's run for president again in 2024. 66% said no. Well, I don't care. The reason why I don't care is he's going to die of old age before we get to that point. 98.7% of Twitter employees' donations to political candidates in the 2018 midterm elections were to the Democrat Party. No wonder they like to censor us. It's possible that this may have determined who and what was and wasn't being censored on this platform. Might this also explain why liberal journalists are so upset and indignant over the mere possibility that things may change even slightly in how Twitter is run? My wife was at the polls while I'm with kids. Mom blogger Cerno. A woman who looked liberal walked in with a sketchy-looking mail-in ballot to turn in. The poll worker said it was damaged and asked her to fill it back out or surrender it. She snatched it away and took off.
Man, we're keeping an eye on that one. That's good. But you see, that's our first votes, and that's the wonder of democracy, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. And I wanted to point that out to be a little bit of the crank in the room following Brianna there. Stay off social media, people. If you're trying to figure out, are there really issues with votings? Trust your local officials. Trust us here. Trust a news source that you know and trust to be honest about this. They're doing their jobs and they're doing it right. So what was Brianna just talking about? She was talking about Cobb County, Georgia. That is right up here, just outside of Atlanta. It matters, right? It's 7%. Man.
Trust the people that literally just admitted they fucked up for 2 years in a row. Five ways to soothe election stress. 1. Try Is this for babies? Try 5-fingered breathing. Trace the outside of your hand with your pointer finger when you trace up, breathe in, and when you trace down, breathe. I've never heard of this one. I'm just going to try to see what, like, if this is going to help. I'm not really stressed right now or anything like that. I just want to try this. So, I shouldn't be the one trying this because I don't think all that stuff really works on me. Like, I don't find stress balls relaxing. I don't find like these different breathing methods relaxing or anything like that. Cool down. Plunge your face into a bowl of ice water for 15 to 30 seconds. Breathe. Even for a walk around the block can offer some relief for an uneasy mind. Breathe like a baby. What? Focus on expanding your belly as you breathe, which can send more oxygen to the brain. Let me scroll and consider plotting out specific plans when you look up for election updates. See, they know it's bad. New York Times knows the time to accept defeat. God help them if they try and cheat, it'll be so obvious. Yeah, well, but will they succeed in cheating? Will they get everything they wanted? Yes. Alright. Last night for 2024 it has to be after the Senate won a landslide victory, the Florida governor declared we will never ever surrender to the vote mob. With 74% of the vote counted, as at the front, Republicans need to win 2 more seats for control of the Senate. Election night with Charlie Kirk. Just election night. Great live coverage here, races are tightening up again. New York Times. We expect the remaining vote that will decide control of Congress will take days, if not weeks, to count. Paul, stop using the emoji. Wake up, America. Arizona and Nevada are going red. King Charles dodging ads without even trying has in fact only made him look more base than he actually is. Charles is not base, although Charles, like, don't assault Charles, don't assault anyone. Also, the screaming those people are doing reminded me of that video of, like, I think it was a girl in London, like, screaming as if the world had just ended after Trump won the election. Like, you probably know the one I'm talking about because it was a bit of a meme. Even though everyone now thinks DeSantis is the golden ticket nationality, endorsed and campaigned for several candidates in the lost, he did extremely well in Florida. That popularity didn't translate into wins outside his state. People who voted for John Fetterman are why reality and rationality no longer matters in politics is party identity and raw power. Fetterman won this salon of absolute power by the ruling class. I vote for entertainment and a bygone since civic duty drilled into me by my parents from a world that no longer exists. Anyway, it's time to turn off the tab of the Strategic Midterm Petroleum Reserve. Show's over. There's probably no amount of curse words I can say that will suffice the amount of times women have fucked this over for the past 100 years. Me, when I do not break it down by race. Probably even worse by race, but that's not surprising because blacks are just blacks. It's also tiresome. By gender, by race. It's over for our generation. It says, among rapes, sus 28. How does this compare to the previous years? This may be the strangest election I've ever seen. Stephen Mordenhathel on Fox News, despite 75% of voters saying country is wrong track and majority angry about inflation / economy, not a single incumbent governor or senator gets flipped. How does that happen? JSO protesters cause another crash, nearly killing someone. If this was anti-vax mandate, demonstrators would be a full-board media vilification campaign right now, but JSO has establishment cover. Pretty incredible that the "we'll make you poorer and less safe, but we'll let you kill your baby" message seems to work for a lot of people. This should trigger a deep introspection about what democracy is. If we're still operating under the illusion that our system is all about compelling arguments in the marketplace of ideas and that doesn't map onto reality, it's time to find a new model. I guess the big takeaway is libs want this: crime, inflation, runaway homelessness, and drug addiction. Replacement migration, we all sort of assumed they would recoil at the brink, but no. They were like, yes, this is what I voted for. Here's the advantage in a potential runoff in Georgia once the cringe libertarian candidate isn't on the ticket. Time to move on from Trump. Does the sphere of influence begin and end in Florida? COP27, just like the pandemic, is another massive transfer of wealth from us to them.